This session we are going to see how we can able to configure different aspects of your user bases. We are just going to create variations in your user bases, not only variations in your user bases, we are just going to have variations in the data centers accompanying with the user base, then how we can able to simulate your results. So this we are going to see it in this session. I am running the CloudAnalyst tool directly, run it. So once you have been run, we have been viewed by default the user base 1 and data center 1. So configuring this simulation, as mentioned, we are just going to have the simulation duration of a single day. So as a single day, we are simulating the process. And as of data center configuration, we are just going to add a new data center with a region of 1 and adding one more data center with a region of 2 and adding one more data center with the region of 3. So we have nearly 4 data centers with the ID of 0. Okay. And you can also have multiple data centers that you can able to be adopted here. Once you have been adding a new data centers, you can able to set the physical hardware details like this. Okay. So we have physical hardware units of 1. So you can also change it to 10, 15 depending upon the usage. So number of processes is 4. So defaultly we have been started off with 1. Okay. So it goes on. So we have two types. One is of 4 physical hardware units, the other single physical hardware units. So now moving on to the main component. So here we are supposed to add data centers. So add those centers here. So we have added 4 data centers to it. Upon 4 data centers, you can able to add the user bases where you rely on. So user bases is going to be merely on 1, 0, and 3 is going to be 1, and user base 4 is going to be, okay. So we have 4 data centers and 4 bases, okay. And closest data center service broker policy is good. You can able to have the variations. So by default we are using this closest data center, okay. Then you can able to save this configuration. Once save the configuration, you can able to done it. And moving on to the advanced, we are going to say by default it is going to be round robin. Once configurations are set, we have been declared done. So we have the closest region that has been associated with each of the user bases. Now defining the internet of internet characteristics in depending upon the delay matrix as well as the bandwidth matrix, we have the available regions that can able to have the request to be done. Once you have been set with the configurations, you are just going to run the simulation. So this is for a day. We are just going to simulate the process. So the one which is closest to the data center, we are just going to accompany it, simulate it, and check with the analysis part. So this is for a day. So previously we have been checked for 60 minutes. This is for a day. So it takes time in checking for the simulation, producing the result for simulation for a day. If you found any of the configurations that have been misreaded, you can able to have the cancel simulation, reconfigure it, and once again you can able to run it. So only once you can able to run your configuration here, you cannot able to run multiple times the configurations. Okay. So we have the equal responses time to each and every data centers since the user bases are merely located in their corresponding data centers. So we have equal responses and the hourly average processing time is going to be similar, okay, in all the cases. So data center loading in all the cases is going to be the same, and the cost that has been accompanied with the virtual machine as well as the data transfer is going to be common for all, and it is going to be 67.54. So we have accompanied the cost factor and the processing time and the response time for this configuration setup. Okay. So similarly, you can able to have once you have been done with it, you can able to export the results for the comparison part. Okay. Once you have been done with the completion, you can able to check with the other configuration details, like you can able to change for the optimized response time, how you can able to optimize the configuration through the overall response time, and also you can able to reconfigure dynamically with the load balancing factor. So these are the various things you can able to change the parameters to which the service broker policy is going to be adopted, and check with the comparison of the results. Once you all have all been done, you can have a comparison table with that can able to be compared with closest data, optimized response time, and reconfigure dynamic with load balancer. The comparison tables for all these three factors, then check with which one is the best and proceed with them. Okay, once you have been done, you can able to exit with the part. Thank you.